Connect with y'all through this message right quick. Know what I'm saying? So many people today carry the spirit of vanity. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about so many people today carry the spirit of vanity. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna keep it real with you, bruh. Hold on. You got all these bugs interrupting the message. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the park, so you got all type of bugs interrupting. But look though, so many people today carry the spirit of vanity. And for those of you who don't know what vanity means, it pretty much means excessive pride in one's appearance, abilities, and achievements. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much pride in your appearance, abilities, achievements, and all this stuff, man. And so many people today, they and I'm looking at my notes real quick as I do this message. So many people today, it's like they have this spirit of vanity in material possessions. You know what I'm saying? People just caught up in their own self. I'm gonna use the women as an example first, then I'm gonna get to the men, because you know what I'm saying, I gotta be fair when I give these examples. But you got women be spending hours in the mirror trying to look a certain way, and like, yeah, it's like how they do it, bro. It's how they do this stuff, y'all. Trying to spend hours in the mirror trying to like, oh, I'm trying to look like this and that. Like, a lot of women be caught up in the self-image, bro. Self-image, bro. Like self-worship. This stuff is dangerous, bro. This stuff is very, 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 very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? When you get caught up in your own image, bro, self-image, bro. Don't you know that self-image is what people worship? People ain't worshiping God no more. People worshiping self-image. And y'all see it all. Y'all see it even on social media. These people caught up in their own image. These people ain't worshiping God. They worshiping their own image. Now you gotta understand, people are easily deceived. When a person who worship their own self-image, when they talk about God, quote a few scriptures, talk about they going to church, oh my gosh, they have God, they have God in their life. But you gotta understand something, bro. These people worship themselves. These people don't worship God. These people is stuck in religion. Bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. When you be seeing a lot of these popular people and influencers and celebrities and they talking about God, 9 times out of 10, they are talking about the surface level version of God that they done came up with. 9 times out of 10, you see these influencers, you see these popular people, you see all these celebrities talking about God. 9 times out of 10, they talking about the surface level version of God that they done came up with in their mind. They talking about their Christianity God. They talking about their religious God. You know they can't talk about their real stuff with them when they have such a big fan base. They can't do that. They cannot do that because they know the devil gonna come after them and the devil is gonna attack them. You know what I'm saying? They know the devil is gonna attack them, man. You got all these bugs flying around. But yeah, they know the devil is gonna attack them, man. And that's why when you see, like, I'm not excited when I be seeing these influencers and these celebrities and all these people talking about God, these streamers. I'm not excited when I hear about that stuff, because I'm knowing 9 times out of 10 they talking about Christianity. They talking about that surface level version of God that they done created in their own mind, that they could just walk all over, that does not require obedience and commitment. They came up with their own version of God. They're not even following the real God. Know what I'm saying? But man, these people today, man, they are possessed by the spirit of vanity, man. They carry this spirit of vanity, man. This spirit of pride so heavy, bro. So heavy. And you gotta understand, bro. They be worshiping themselves. They have this look of vanity. It's like you could see it in their eyes, bro. I don't know how to explain it. But when somebody has the spirit of vanity, you could see it in their eyes. You could see it in their eyes. Like, you know, if you tell them the truth, they gonna get defensive. They gonna get defensive. They think you hating on them. When you tell these people the truth, they think you hating on them. You could see it in their eyes, bro, that these people carry the spirit of vanity, man. I'm telling you, you could see it in these people's eyes. Man, these people carry the spirit of vanity, man. In the Bible, it talks about people will be lovers of themselves in the last days. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These people carry the spirit of vanity, man. You know what I'm saying? These people, they be getting defensive towards the truth. You know what I'm saying? When somebody gets defensive towards the truth, it means that the devil has their mind. I'm going to repeat that one more time. When you tell somebody the truth and they get defensive, it means that the devil has their mind, bro. The devil already has their mind. The devil already has full control over their mind. That's why when God speaks to them, they get defensive. When God sends somebody to tell them the truth, they get defensive. Because the devil already has their mind, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the devil already trained them to be defensive towards the truth. You get what I'm saying? Hold on. The devil already trained them to be defensive towards the truth, man. That's what this stuff is all about. It's like the devil already mentally trained them to be defensive towards the truth, man. This stuff is real, man. And the devil already told them, okay, if somebody comes up to you and they tell you the truth, they hating. That's what the devil already told these people. The devil already told them, if somebody comes up to you and tells you the truth, they hating. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to live your life. The devil already conditioned them to get defensive when you tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the men too. Because I said I was going to give an example of the men. Man, these men out here walking around with so much pride is crazy. So much. Bro, the spirit of vanity is over a lot of these men too, bro. They be walking around sticking their chest out and all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm at the park and there's all type of sound, noises, bugs, all type of stuff, man. But that's what happens when you record outside at the park. You got all bugs and all type of sounds and noises, all type of stuff, man. But look though, I don't control the, you know, I don't control the environment. I ain't got the thermometer. I already told y'all that though. But look though, yeah, man, these men out here, they be walking around with pants sagging, sticking their chest out, pants sagging. They don't have no humility, bro. Man, these men, they carry the spirit of vanity, man. They carry the spirit of vanity, man. Most people are stuck in their own ways, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, the devil be using these rappers, the media, even the female rappers too. Majority of them, they just promote the spirit of vanity. That's all they promote. All their lyrics is about vanity. Look at all the stuff they rap about. It's all vanity, man. Everything that they rapping about is vanity. Everything that they talking about is vanity. That's how they get paid millions of dollars to promote vanity, man. You know what I'm saying? And they get paid millions of dollars to promote vanity, man. I'm trying to tell you the truth, bro. Like, these people just promote vanity, man. Like, all these rappers, entertainers, streamers, they promoting vanity. Majority of people they put in front of your face in the media, they promote vanity. These people do not promote a relationship with God. They promote vanity, bro. That's why the devil giving them millions of dollars, because they are promoting vanity, bro. And they are leading souls to hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? They are leading people to hell. Let's move on. Like, let me look at my notes real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, like, when somebody carries a spirit of vanity, you could see it in their eyes, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It's like this look of pride, bro. They have this look of pride, like they worshiping themselves or something, bro. I don't know, man. You could just see it, bro. When a woman has the spirit of vanity, you could see it in her eyes, bro. When a man has the spirit of vanity, you could see it in his eyes, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It's this look of pride, bro. This ego, bro. It's like you could just see this stuff, bro, if you're spiritual, bro. But look though, they be having a prideful face. You know what I'm saying? A proud look. This is one of the things that God hates. A proud look, man. You know what I'm saying? A proud look. These people be walking in vanity, man. You got women out here taking selfies with sticking out their tongue while they living in sin. They sticking out their tongue. They holding alcohol in one hand. They twerking while they sticking out their tongue, while they living in vanity. You know, you got to understand that it's one thing to sin, and then it's another thing to sin, to be prideful as you sin. It's one thing to sin, But it's another thing to be prideful in your sin. That's what I'm saying. It's one thing to sin, and then it's another thing to be prideful as you sin. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people who are prideful when they sin, you can't even tell them nothing. They don't want to hear nothing, bruh. They not humble. They don't want to listen to the truth when it comes to them, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh yeah, like even let's get back to the example of men, bruh. Because these men out here, bro, they be walking around with so much arrogance, bro. So much arrogance. Like I said, bro, they be sticking their chest out, arrogant, all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And should I wait for this plane to pass by? Is it gonna be loud though? I don't know if this plane is gonna be too loud. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm outside at the park. Yo, this plane flying by real low. What the freak? But look though, bruh, that plane was flying by super low, bruh. I'm like, what the freak? But look though, before the plane interrupted the message though, let's get to the. I think this is one of the final points I'm gonna make in this message. Bruh, it's hard to look at notes while trying to do a message, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I prefer to just freestyle without taking notes and stuff. But for this message, I just took notes for it. You know what I'm saying? But look, though. Another thing on why these people carry a lot of people today, they carry the spirit of vanity, is because they invest more money in self-image more than they invest money into God's kingdom. That's a big one. People invest more money into self-image more than they invest money into God's kingdom. And they're going to get judged for this on Judgment Day. Let's use the women first as an example. Women be investing so much money into their appearance and into how they look. They face and they makeup and they weaves and all this makeup and lipsticks and all this stuff, right? They be investing so much money into this stuff. They be investing so much money into their appearance, their image, everything, more than they invest money into God's kingdom. A lot of these women, they don't even know that you could invest money into God's kingdom. They don't even know that you could invest money into God's kingdom because they are so gone behind their self-image. They worship their own image, y'all. The devil got these women worshiping their own image to whereas they cannot even invest a cent into God's kingdom. They don't even think that God's kingdom deserves anything. They don't even think that they don't even know that it's possible to invest money into God's kingdom. Because the devil already has these people's minds, bro. They worship their own image. These people be spending thousands and thousands and hundreds and thousands of dollars on self-image. But when it comes to God's kingdom, they invest $0 into God's kingdom. Know what I'm saying? I'm going to use my life as an example, man. I be investing all my money into God's kingdom, like to advance God's kingdom, to advance the work of God, to save these souls from hell, to take the work of God to the next level. Know what I'm saying? The reason why the devil is so effective at reaching people and sending souls to hell, because look at Hollywood and all this stuff. They done invested into the work of the devil. So this stuff is attractive to people. Like, they done invested so much money into the work of the devil to advance the devil's kingdom. We gotta invest into God's kingdom so we could advance God's kingdom in planet Earth. So we could advance God's kingdom in this world, man, on Earth, bruh. Know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, a lot of people is not humble, even in their own achievements. Like, they just so prideful, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as if it's not God who woke them up every single day when they achieve those things. God woke you up every single day. But when these people get these achievements, they become prideful. They don't even care about God. They forget about God. But I thought God woke you up every single day, though. They do not care, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say, man. So many people today carry the spirit of vanity, man. You could see it in their eyes, how they carry themselves. They worship in themselves. They worship their own image. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women be thinking that they are queens. How you a queen and you living for the world and you stuck in your own ways? You're not even following God's ways. You following your own ways. You're not following God's ways. So why are you worshiping yourself and calling yourself a queen when you worship in your own ways and you're not even following God's ways? When you follow your own ways and you get prideful in your own ways, you're not even following God's way. You're following your own way. We're not supposed to follow our own way. That's the whole point. We are supposed to follow God's way, not our own way. And when these people follow their own way, they get caught up in their own self. They doing what they want to do with their life. They doing what they want to do. They not doing what God wants them to do with their life. That's the whole point with these people, bro. But they don't get it, bro. See what I'm saying? But man, majority of people today, they carry the spirit of vanity, man. And this stuff is really, really sad, bro. These people is headed to hell, and they need to change their ways, bro. Know what I'm saying? Majority of men, bro, they spending all their money on women. They spending all their money on drugs, liquor, weed. Spending so much money. Like, weed is like a subscription to these people, man. Putting all their money on weed just for the weed to run out, just so they could buy more weed. But when it comes to God's kingdom, they invest nothing into God's kingdom. So God's kingdom on earth could advance, so we could save these souls from hell, so we could take the work of God to the next level. Men do not care about this stuff. They care about their own selfish desires. These people is narcissists, man. I already did a message about narcissists, man. But these people is narcissists, man. But yeah, man, like, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about on this message, man. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people out there who support my website, man. Know what I'm saying? Peace.